welcome
to the
Kickin'
world of Kickin' and
Podcast.
Crocs.
The world of tomorrow.
Hello.
One of these days we'll be able to do the intro like normal again.
I did show you that video of the guy from Futurama doing it.
When he does that one episode by himself is when he'll be able to
Yeah.
do the intro again.
Yeah.
Hello,
I'm gonna do
darkness,
that.
my old friend.
Ding, ding,
I'm gonna
ding.
we should podcast.
Anyways,
from
this is Kickin' and Crocs, the
delivery
podcast.
room.
We talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
My name is Steve, one half of Kickin' and Crocs.
I am Dave, the other half of Kicking and Crocs.
And I am Nick, the shadow half of Kicking and Crocs.
We should call you the shadow hat of Kicking
The
and Crocs.
shadow
He's
hat,
always got
because
the
he
hat.
wears a hat.
Always.
I usually, you know what's funny is I almost always wear hats like that too, except when we podcast, I guess.
You did.
I did.
Once.
You
a
would.
couple
You
of
did
times,
once or
a couple
twice,
of
actually.
times,
I think on like the second episode you did.
I've
The
done it a
second
couple
episode you wore
times.
one of
I've done it a
your-
couple
of those
times,
hats,
but
yeah.
not consistently.
Not often. There was like one or two, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
The only thing that's consistent is I'm always in a pair of Crocs.
That is always going to
have-
be consistent.
I'm always rocking
all of
the
us
Crockin'.
are going to be in a pair of
I got my
Crocs
beast
from
trails,
now
I'm
on.
very comfortable.
Release the Crockin'.
Release the That needs to be a video. Now.
Can we? You think
No,
we can do?
it's a t-shirt.
No.
Yes, that too. It could be
It could be a
both.
t-shirt too, but you know what we should do?
What's
when
that?
we're done with our whole Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of thing, we should do a Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Croc-Caribbean, Pirates of the
Write that down.
Croc-
Write that down. Write that down, people. Write it
People
down.
have so
Oh,
much
man.
fun making pirate names.
Pirates of the Croc-Caribbean.
Oh my god.
Oh, we can
man.
have a whole universe with this.
Oh man, people are gonna be like, skip the superhero stuff. Go do that right now.
Release the Crockin', and it could just be like Nick with a bunch of Crocs, like a stick with like 8 arms.
Of course, I'll be the Kraken. Of course.
Release the
Makes sense.
Crockin'.
Anyways, comment down below if that's something that you'd like to see us do. But
Let
so
us
yeah,
get through this, the Marvel stuff.
yeah, let's get through our
Croc
actual
Sparrow.
our Croc or kicking
The Marvel inspired. Let's not get sued.
the Croc cinematic
Yeah.
universe.
Inspired.
Croc cinematic universe.
By no means are we copying.
So anyways, so New Jersey and New York has become the landscape from Blade Runner 2029 apparently.
Yeah, it's
Or Total Recall. Pick
Or
your
Total
Arnold
Recall.
Schwarzenegger
You ever
movie.
wonder if we're
Yeah.
living in the end days? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this guy going,
We come
it's
outside.
the end days.
It's just yesterday. We're filming this on a Thursday, so yesterday on a Wednesday, it was just absolutely the worst. It was
So
just
if you
the
don't know,
smog
if
in
you don't know
there.
what's going on, or you're not from
Not
like
smog.
our East Coast area, because I know we got a lot of West Coast listeners.
We don't, but okay.
Hold for applause.
Or laughter.
hopefully.
One day, but yeah, East Coast we're getting hit with all the smoke and nonsense from Canada's fires, and yeah. So yesterday, orange. We were just orange.
Yeah, especially from when the sun was starting to set.
Oh, it's
That's when
crazy.
you could really see like the tint in the air.
It, without a doubt, looked like a camera filter. It was wild.
And
You
it's
walk
ca-
outside.
oh,
and
yeah.
It's orange over the sun, which was bright red. The red,
Yeah.
red
So
sun.
so and like I like to train outside. Like I primarily, if I can work out or train outside, I like to be outside. couldn't do
that's
that.
Right.
Nope.
It was the one morning where I was like, "Hey, you going for a run this morning?"
I was like, yeah.
Nicole
no.
ran,
Did she?
and then today
It-
she didn't. She's
Well,
like,
it
I'm
wasn't.
gonna do
It, but
Yeah.
but if she goes early in the morning, it didn't really roll in
Until
terribly.
later
Air
on.
quality
Until-
is terrible.
Yeah.
It didn't roll in till like 2.
It didn't roll until later.
And
This
then
was
where
right
we
when the
are-
karate school was starting.
Where
What-
we
which
are,
was-
we're also getting the fire from Jackson,
Yes,
which
That's
is
true, it's double.
another,
which was interesting though.
add to it.
Doubled up.
So we were getting calls like
we were getting phone calls too. Are you
because
guys
it
still
was
open?
yeah, because they closed some daycares and all the after school activities for the kids were
Yep.
closed.
Yep.
And actually,
Yep.
Kelsey was just telling me that the Yankees game yesterday was canceled because obviously,
They had it today, I believe it was.
yeah,
New
they did a
York was
doubleheader today.
New York was worse than us,
Oh,
Yes.
bad.
right? Yeah, New York was
Great
definitely worse than us.
Adventure stayed open though, which I was really surprised because my friend's
that's
kids work
not-
there,
No, that's
and he
not
goes, "Yeah,
good.
they stayed open." I'm like, "Why?"
Well,
It's a
the
completely
interesting,
outdoor.
well, what was interesting was New York had the worst air quality in the world yesterday.
in the world.
In the world,
not just
that
the
was
United
on the
States,
news.
not just the East Coast. They had the worst air
And then
in the world.
and then my wife and I were watching the news last night, and they were doing the air quality things. And where we're at in New Jersey in Toms
It's
River,
pretty close.
was
Close to New York.
they compared it to India, and they had like places in India, and our air quality was worse.
Then
It's just
India.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
which at some
insane.
parts because of just the population is
Right,
so bad.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Some parts, seen
But,
that in
like,
China, certain parts
so
of
I
the
couldn't work out
population is so
outside,
dense.
which I like to do. I like to most of my workouts. I'm a body weight workout guy. Actually, I'm doing way more like plyometric stuff these days.
Cool.
And mixed in with martial arts, but Yeah, couldn't do that. That wasn't happening.
Well, just a second, you
Yeah,
stepped
it's-
outside.
You feel, I mean, again, today where it looks clearer, it is still bad. I'm
Oh, yeah.
feeling it more today than yesterday. I
Well,
was definitely
the interesting
feeling
part yesterday
the
was
effects. So
we
kids, be
we
careful
did
out
not
there.
cancel classes, so we still had classes going
Yeah,
on.
no, we had the air conditioning running.
I had no problem teaching today.
So
Yeah, I
it
didn't
wasn't
feel
bad
it.
today, but
Yeah.
so yesterday we were looking at it and people started calling and we're like, no, we're still open, but use your judgment, you know.
Yeah, if you don't want to, that's
Feel
what we were saying
comfortable.
to everybody that called us. If you don't want to come, don't. It's fine.
So what
We get
ended
it.
up happening was, so for those of you who don't know how our school's set up, there's 2 classrooms. So there's a front classroom and there's a back classroom.
Yeah.
And the front classroom has all the glass,
So you could see it all, I bet.
has all the glass,
Yeah.
and then it has 2 doors that we don't use, but
Two
the
double
s-
doors.
2 double doors,
Yeah.
but the seal lets air through. And then, so what ended up happening was people keep coming in anyway on the side entrance, but our main entrance.
Yeah.
So every time they open a door, the air would come in, and then air was leaking in through those front
seals.
doors.
So
Where
that,
they're
that,
not,
that front classroom must have been
as Nick has
terrible.
pointed out, it's not sealed exactly correctly.
Yeah.
So what was crazy was, if I was teaching in the back classroom, as you walk towards the front classroom, you could see the haze in the front classroom. The front classroom was actually pretty foggy.
It was the same
was
thing
hazed.
up front for us in our lobby area before you get, we had the glass wall.
Yeah.
which
And you guys
helps
have
a
the
little
double
bit.
doors, and it still happens. Yeah.
What's up? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we kept it. I mean, we kept it lighter yesterday. We didn't.
Oh,
Push
yeah, no, we
cardio
didn't
or anything
push
like
anything.
that.
No, we didn't push anybody in class at all.
And I know a lot of folks that, again, if you don't normally train or doing physical activity, it's even more important to be very careful because your body's not used to the extra strain on your breathing. So definitely be careful out there if you're in the East
Yeah.
Coast because it's going from, I mean, the heaviest right now, if you look at the maps, is New York State to New Jersey,
Yeah.
and New York.
That's
and
the deepest color red right
Yeah.
now.
I was
But
actually,
it's spreading the whole coast.
I was actually looking. I was like, do I
Kinda
do my run
Carolinas.
tomorrow? I think I'm gonna not run tomorrow. Don't
I
know.
wouldn't tomorrow because the air quality warning is still in effect until
Yeah.
Saturday.
So I try and stick to doing a 5-mile run Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
When I'm not training for anything, but
Yeah, no, exactly.
Let's go and do a hit routine at the dojo. or
oh
something.
yeah, I mean I probably will.
It's not a
But,
bad idea. Well, it's funny. The air conditioning stopped working at the school today for a little bit.
oh, that's not
Stopped
good.
working properly.
Ooh.
There had been a power outage,
Oh,
earlier in the day at the
yeah,
plaza.
that'll do it.
so it was. We didn't notice it until after the brown and black belt class, but at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So it was like around 8:00ish. I look at the thermostat because I was starting to say to myself, "It feels kind of muggy in here. It feels kind of hot." I was like, "I wonder why." We have the we even turned the air conditioning down a little lower than what we normally do just to make sure that it kept running
Yep.
because of the air quality. So I go to look at the thermostat. It's set down to I think we had it set to 70. I want to say it was 70,
Okay.
and the temperature was 75.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so either the temperature is up way too hot outside and the air conditioning can't keep up, or something's wrong. So I told Master Andrew. He gave the owner of the plaza a call, and apparently there had been a power outage, which the backup power had been restored, but the entire plaza was running on half power.
Oh,
So the air conditioning was working,
Bad-
just not
bad timing
working.
for that.
Oh,
very
yeah,
bad timing
seriously.
for that.
Well-
And then, of course, so during the MMA class for the guys, we're going through in the hot and stuff like that. By the end of the MMA class, we hear the.
Of course, when it's over.
Oh, great!
Well, it was fascinating today. As I'm running errands, driving around, and the amount of people that are driving with their windows down,
Oh, you idiots!
and then I go to get my cup of tea. I always get a cup of tea before work, and there's people sitting outside in the chairs outside Barnes and Noble, just sitting having a conversation, just talk. I'm like, what's happening here? Go
I get
inside.
it. Listen, I get it. It doesn't smell like a bonfire outside today, but if you look at the reports, the air quality was actually slightly worse today than it was yesterday.
I could definitely feel
It
it
is as
when
well,
I'm breathing.
yeah.
I
Today I
definitely
felt
feel
it.
it.
the
feel it
smell wasn't there
yesterday.
anymore.
No, I felt it
I
yesterday
smelled
too.
it. No, but today I definitely felt it today.
I feel it all in my
I
chest.
felt better when I taught than I did when I was just hanging out. It's like I
Sitting
felt
still,
better
yeah.
moving around teaching than I did.
Takes
Yeah.
your mind off it. Yeah.
I think that's number one. I think people underestimate the ability to get your mind away from whatever challenge your body's having.
Yep.
But two, I felt like moving more consistently was better than The fact that I'm sitting there working,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? No, it was cool. It was. This is an interesting experience.
I can't.
You see all the memes, right? Like COVID didn't work. Let out the gas.
I saw in a last ditch
Set it
effort.
aflame.
I saw that there's a meme that was like in a last ditch effort to get Americans to mask up. The United States government lit Canada on fire.
And notice that
I was like,
nobody
that's
put
pretty
masks
funny.
on.
No,
either.
there were.
Were there?
Oh,
One hundred
yeah.
percent.
Anybody.
There were
100%
in the city,
they
there were
were.
lots of people. With
Oh,
masks.
obviously.
Oh yeah, well, if I was
New
in the
York,
city, I'd be in a full.
If it
I
was
showed
New York.
I showed Kelsey
But I'm gonna
a
be
guy in a
honest.
full bodysuit, like a meme, and it said "going out grocery shopping."
I'm gonna be honest though.
That's funny.
Do
Bringing
we
that one
really
back.
think that those like store bought disposable masks would
No,
those
the
have helped so
N95.
much?
My sister
N95s.
has N95.
N95s.
Yeah, see, those would have helped, I think. But they
Yeah.
were saying that would have helped anyways.
I mean,
Again, at the
just
end
stay
of the day,
inside.
Anything
Yeah,
that
just stay
stops the
inside.
particles, even a tiny bit, maybe
Just
helping,
stay
but is it
inside.
stopping
Just
it?
stay
No.
inside.
No.
Stay
And
inside.
here's the challenge, though, with staying inside too, right? You've got to have like if you have a wall unit that's pulling the air from the outside and then converting it, that's still
Yeah.
somewhat
Oh
challenging.
yeah, the wall units.
The
yeah.
car thing, you had mentioned some of the folks that left their windows open. It's because this is the time of the year where it's not hot enough to have the air on, but it's not cold enough to have the heat on.
Yeah.
So they're having just the vent.
Yep.
And then they're forgetting they have the vent on.
Yeah.
So they're getting like the air from the outside and they're opening
Yeah.
the window anyway.
Yep.
That could be some of the things you're
No,
seeing.
I've been
but-
driving with the air conditioning on in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big
since
AC
Wednesday.
guy, but I definitely.
I
have been.
prefer my windows down, but
Not
I was
now.
like, nah,
Not
I
for
can't
this.
right now.
Not for this.
I'm already breathing
I don't
terribly.
care if it uses up my gas more. I'm using it.
Yeah, no.
It was
Definitely
literally
not.
this morning on driving on the way to work. This morning when it was like 58 degrees, I had it on. I'm like, like shivering as I'm driving.
All I know
gotta
is
do it. It's gotta,
all I
gotta
know
do
is
it.
Time, let it snow. Let it
all
snow.
I know is
Fine.
if locusts start falling from the sky, or
Oh my
I'm
god,
out.
man! Yep, that's
Well,
it.
listen.
I'm out.
Speaking of the breathing thing, man. So on our way in,
What a
Dave
wonderful
just
world for
showed
your son to
me-
be born into.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's plagues and
I know.
locusts and the world's on fire.
Before we get religious, which we will, not. Yeah, on the way in, Dave, you were showing me that really cool new like breathing exercise piece, which I think for right now would be awesome to
Yeah.
using
Do you
The
the-
boss
still have
room-
that? Do you
Yeah,
have that
the
over
boss
here?
room.
It's right
Show
behind
off.
me.
Yeah.
It's Boss
Just show it
Root.
off a little bit.
Oh,
again,
two.
for those of you that don't know who Boss Rutan is, right? He's a
Shame on you if you don't know who Boss
yeah.
Root is.
MMA.
You call yourself a
fighter,
martial artist?
Kickboxing. I mean, you name it, he's competed in it. Retired now. Obviously, but supports a
Let's get
lot of
closer
different
up on the camera.
fitness-based material. And this is called, what is it called again,
It's
Dave?
an O2 trainer.
O2
It's
trainer.
Boss Rootin. So it's really simple. This cap lets air out. This is how you breathe in, and you have different cap sizes, so it limits how much air you can take in. And then he obviously puts up on his website the breathing exercises, and you just follow along with the breathing exercises. But he's a fascinating guy. Boss is a karate guy, Muay Thai, UFC
Yeah, so
legend,
he was really well-rounded too, right?
And-
very well-rounded guy.
and again,
Very well respected. So anybody that watches Karate Combat,
yeah.
he's like one of the main guys for that, and he's hysterical. I
And
love
he's fought
Boss.
some of the top people. He's been in movies.
He's
For
also
folks that you may have seen him in
taught
movies.
Dwayne Bang Ludwig.
Okay.
So
I didn't know
that's
that.
yeah, that's why they're tight. So Boss, but so he invented this thing when he was like a kid, and then as
Because he
people
had asthma, right? That's what
he had
it was.
asthma, so he used to have an inhaler all the time, and then he invented this thing after seeing his
Help.
pulmonologist, and then like rudimentary, and then as he got older, and people like he cured his asthma, and then as he got older, people
He
his
cured-
friends were like, dude, there's people catching on to what you're doing, like getting close to like inventing it, so you should probably, if
Put
you're
it
gonna do
together.
it, do it.
Yeah, put some paper on
So
it.
he did it. He got it patented, and he put it out, and he's doing really well with it. But he's been on like Joe Rogan's podcast. He's been on a bunch of different things.
And I would say, right, so folks that aren't familiar with it, or even like fight training, right, you'll see fighters, they'll train with, breathing prohibiting masks, right?
That's not
the
exactly
same
what this
thing,
is. So
but-
his whole thing is to teach you how to breathe from your diaphragm
Yeah,
properly,
breathing properly.
and how to
yeah.
build your intercostal muscles. So what's fascinating is I like it for martial arts, for anything really, any endurance athlete.
You know what it
any-
reminds me of? If you have like a procedure done,
Yeah.
and they have, for folks that have ever had like a surgery, they have the breathing tube, right? You have to get the ball within a certain
Yep.
breathing level, and then you have to let it exhale.
But what's
and do it again.
what's
It
amazing
forces
is
you to control your breathing.
What's amazing is how many athletes now are training intercostal muscles that never did it before.
Well, it's got to help with stamina.
Exactly.
And pacing
And
yourself.
so
The better
so
you
many
can
world-class
breathe.
athletes now are doing it. It's super fascinating.
More oxygen you
So
get in the
I
body.
listened to him. I've heard of. I've seen ads for it like crazy, and then
I've seen
I
none.
listened.
Awesome.
You've never seen ads for it.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
I had never even heard about it.
I've
but it
seen
looks
ads
awesome.
for it like crazy, and then Boss talked. So I've listened to Boss on like 3 different podcasts now because I like Boss Rutan and I follow him.
Oh,
on
by the way,
YouTube.
this is not a sponsor of ours. I just like
No.
it.
Yeah, no.
Not sponsored.
But I do like the device.
So I've
That's
heard
cool.
Boss on a couple different podcasts, and then I've heard him on Joe Rogan twice, and I follow him on YouTube because he does put up good martial arts content, and he's also, if you follow him on Instagram, he does all the karate combat stuff, and then his Instagram also has the O2 trainer, and I was like, you know what? He convinced me the last time he was on Rogan because he showed a couple of videos of how he used to breathe in between fights, and I was like, oh wow, I do remember because I watched him fight like back in the day. Like, I
He
remember.
never got tired. It's wild.
He didn't, but
Very
if you watched
rarely.
him in the corner when he was breathing in between heavy rounds, he'd be like, like with his shoulders going up and down.
Oh, yeah, with the shoulders.
And he
on.
said he still spars and does hard rounds, and he's like, not like, he doesn't breathe like that anymore.
Interesting.
So it's like, and then he brought one for Rogan, and he took him through some of the breathing exercises. And Joe's no BS, so he was like, wow, I really feel that. Like, I feel it in the back muscles. I feel it like, because you have back breathing muscles, and so he was like, no, that's a legit workout. So he's going to try it for 30 days and then report back how he feels.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, I'm in. So I saw it, and I was like, it wasn't that expensive. It was like $50, and I was like,
Try it out
I'm
for a
in.
little while.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Because I was having breathing issues for a little bit. I don't know what caused it. So I was like, let's go. Let's roll. So unfortunately, I got it like last week it came in. And then I got sick or like allergies. So I was like,
Right.
I'm not going to do it right now. And then the fire thing started. I was like, I'm going to start Monday, like really religiously hitting it.
When you can actually try it without
Yeah.
any
Without, like,
complications.
breathing in, particles of ash.
When I'm
and-
not
What comes
like,
next on Monday now?
Oh,
Dave.
oh God, nothing, hopefully.
let's hope. Yeah,
But
let's
yeah,
hope this all
he said,
blows-
and he
blows
says to do
over,
it at the end of
literally.
the night. You know, he's like, do it at the end of the night, and he runs you through the exercises, and so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
The only thing I ever see Boss advertising more often, obviously he has like videos, instructional videos, but he also has that, you know, like multi-pad, you know, station that he has
Oh,
set up.
the boss, the
boss.
BAS,
Yeah,
the body
He has,
action
like, 6
system.
different
Yeah, yeah.
stations
The
that
body
he can-
action
yeah, yeah, yeah.
system, he called
But
it.
I haven't
That's so
seen
cool.
this one, so that's neat.
No,
I
this
mean,
is like his own invention. Like he invented this,
Yeah.
and like if you go to his website, he talks about the amount of people that had asthma and kind of worked their
Mm.
way out of it. You know, it's interesting. So
cool. Folks, we're giving you the tips. We're giving you the keys to the kingdom to make yourself
All
stronger and better,
for
right? So if
free.
you're-
I'm always interested in like new
Having some
training
breathing
methods
problems.
or
Oh,
like
yeah.
what pros are doing. And if pros are like he has professional, he still trains professional fighters, and he's got a bunch of professional fighters that use it and swear by it. So I'm like, okay, good enough for the pros. I'll give it a whirl.
I've been doing I haven't been using any device yet, but I've been doing like the morning yoga stretches again.
Oh yeah, those are great.
That's been really, really helpful. I needed them because I was just getting, again, my day job, I'm sitting too often. I was getting too tight. So I'm like, I need
Yep.
to get some, downward dog, some cobra, right? Just to stretch out a little bit, get the body ready for the fact that, hey, guess what? You're awake.
Yeah.
And you need to start moving. So.
Guess
Well,
what? You're awake.
I also
Yeah.
follow like
Well, the body goes into REM when you sit too long.
I also
And I was like, ugh.
George St. Pierre. I follow GSP on Instagram,
Yeah.
and he put up a thing today. His whole he did one of those those sped up Instagram stories,
Oh, okay.
and it was his morning. He does a morning mobility.
Okay.
So when he breaks up, he goes to a whole mobility thing. It's pretty cool.
Gotta have it. I'm telling you, folks.
gotta
If you
do
ain't
it.
stretching yet, it's time to start stretching. On Saturdays, I
start
put the white
stretching.
belts through stretching, and it's like it's the one group that doesn't need it at all, but I need it.
Yeah, it's for you, right?
So I
That's
started,
what Master
but you
Paul
know what?
says.
Now
Yeah.
they'll do they'll do, like, I make like little fun little like whistles and songs. We'll do like a hula thing, and so now they memorize. They're waiting for that part
Yeah.
of it. But I need the stretch on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I pointed it out. Like I never had to stretch when I was younger. I could always kick. I could kick cold and I could kick high cold. And now I'm like, oh, it takes me a round or two to like
Oh, that must be nice.
warm my legs up.
Must have been nice to be able to do that.
I never.
Why
had to
you've never
stretch.
been able to do that?
I have not. I have not been able
You've
to
always
do that.
stretched.
I have not always stretched, actually. That's the problem.
Well, it's never too late to start stretching.
No, I'm definitely going to get
Yeah.
into it a little bit more, especially with, you've sent me so many mobility, kicking,
Just
transfers
pick like
things.
you know
Not to
head to
men-
toe
yeah.
routine that works for you.
Exactly.
It's
That's it.
yeah. It's really just doing it.
Not
yeah,
to
yeah,
men-
yeah. There's no real right or wrong answer. You may find certain tweaks that do work better for you.
It's true.
The
Very
trouble
true.
I always had was I never had to stretch. You know, I really didn't have to do what I wanted to do.
Mm.
So, and because I was kicking so often when I was young, that
Yeah.
kind of in a way was it stretch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Kicking
See,
does stretch you out. It's
I
true.
stretched more when I was younger because I kicked so much.
Right.
Like I used to, I had the machine that we used to like help you do this. Split.
Oh, yep.
I mean,
Oh,
obviously we
God.
had drills and stuff, but we were.
I cannot
heavy into
imagine what
kicking
that
when
would
I
be
was
for
younger,
me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we always did. We always stretched. I think every single advanced class we stretched, regardless of.
Yeah,
age.
I mean, we
Yeah.
did stretching in classes and things like that, but I didn't have an active stretching routine at home.
Got it. Okay.
How,
that makes
you know,
sense.
some
Oh,
people
yeah, I
had an
didn't either.
active stretching routine at home when they were young. I never did. I could kick. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't lose that mobility. And it wasn't, honestly, until the last couple of years where I'm like, oh, man, I'm tighter than I've been.
Tighter than I want to be. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm 40, so I mean, I guess it gets a
Yeah.
little. Yeah, I guess you
No, I
get
feel it
tighter as
too.
you get older.
I don't know
but-
exactly.
I'm feeling it too. I don't know. Nick's like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
No idea. No idea.
But yeah, I definitely like certain kicks. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not great today.
Yeah. I feel like if I want to throw a good example for forms or something, the stretch gives me a better shot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hitting stances the way they need to be hitted. You know, hitted.
The way they need to
way
be hit
they
it.
hit it.
Another Nick is
Hit those stances the way they need to be hit.
That's it, folks.
Nick talking. So
I want to listen. Show us how you're hitted your stances.
Well, yeah.
Share it today.
But I'm always interested in like just being the best I can be. So if there's a new method pops up, I'm like, all right, let's try it out. Like as long as it's not too gimmicky. Like there's a lot of gimmicks out there, but like I trust Boss and what he does.
I love my mom. She's amazing. But when we were younger, she got every gimmick possible.
My mom too. My mom
The
every
rocket
exercise
ship
thing.
and I think my favorite and my buddy Joe and I, my mom had one that had face exercises.
Yeah. Well,
And-
that's big again.
Get
You got that
out.
jaw,
No.
Joe Rogan
Literally
was talking
just
about
like
that.
the jaw thing that
It's
you
like
chew.
called-
making
called
faces.
mewing?
Yeah,
mewing.
something like that.
Yeah. No, it's like making faces. It's not
What?
act. Yes. You make different faces to stretch your
My
face
mom would
muscles.
get all the.
It was the funniest thing on the planet.
I would just imagine watching that and be like, what are you
We
doing?
We're dying.
No, my mom had all the
Dying.
workout equipment, but she never
So
used
funny.
it. So it was always in the
Oh.
garage. And like the ab rocker.
Oh, it's one of those
like,
things where like, ooh, that looks really cool. I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I never
Nicole
use
got
it.
one, and I was like, "Up! I see the dust forming
And
on
I
this
just
bad
remember
one." She goes, "No, it's gonna work." For
I remember
Twisted
my dad had
a month.
Gone
my
for
dad
it,
had
yeah.
the ab
Never use it
wheel.
again.
I remember the ab wheel was always around his
I have so much.
and
workout.
ankle weights.
The ab wheel.
I have so much workout equipment that I haven't used. Oh yeah, are you thinking of like that roller thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you roll out?
Oh,
and
that's
come
actually
back?
really good.
No,
That's
they're
ab wheel.
quite
Oh, no, it
crazy
works.
hard. That's legitimate.
works.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the real deal. I find I use a lot less equipment these days. I think the main thing I like is a pull-up bar. I like my little balance
That's all
board
you
that I got.
need.
A pull-up bar, a balance
Basics.
board,
Yeah, the
and I
basics.
like my little burn machine. That thing's amazing.
What's that?
It's like a little rotating weight. You never seen my burn machine?
No.
No, it's crazy.
Do you have it inside here, or is it?
I do. It's in the back room back there.
Oh no.
Go grab
Now
real
we have
quick,
folks
show.
resting.
Oh, what's up?
But the show, like,
It's in my back office.
Wanna go
It won't
grab
it.
won't
She was
disturb her.
resting.
But do I really want to get up? It's a real question.
That's a good question. Does
It
Master
gives
Dave want to
Steve an
get up?
opportunity to do the intro again by himself.
Hello.
It
We're
does- well,
starting
no,
this
you're still
podcast
here.
over.
You
I
can say-
promise I won't interrupt you. I will.
No,
ruin
you
it.
can't
I
do
say
that.
you totally
You
would.
would
You
totally
totally
do
would.
I
interrupt
would
him, Yeah.
completely interrupt you.
Doesn't matter what you promise. You totally still
Multiple.
You know, there's
times.
fights on this weekend too.
I did not know that.
I told you last weekend that there was fights
you?
this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
You want to know why I probably forgot? Is because I came over here to watch fights last weekend. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of gotten into the routine of just
Are-
being here for fights once per month.
Amanda Nunes is fighting.
Yeah, no, we have to watch
So,
that.
yeah.
We
And,
have to.
The Nate versus Jake. When is that? Even though that's not UFC.
Oh, I don't know.
We're not going to bother watching
Oh, I
that.
am.
I don't
think
order
it's so
that.
silly. I want to watch it.
I
like the
refuse
silly
to pay
ones.
money for that.
No, If we're watching it, Nick can
Me
buy it. We're going to
too.
go over his house.
But yeah.
Nick
No,
is totally
it's
going to
well, I'm more interested.
legally buy it.
Yes.
I mean, not that I'm
Yes.
not
That's what we promote here.
not that I'm not
Yes.
interested in Amanda Nunes' fight, but I am.
I think that'd be great.
Charles Oliveira's fighting.
He's another one that I really want to watch. I'm
he's-
so sad that he lost that belt. I want to see him get it back so badly.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's a good
We'll
champ.
see. But yeah, so there's fights on this weekend.
I don't know who Amanda's. I saw the
Well, she was
what's
going to
her
fight
name?
the girl that beat her, and then
I thought
she
already
won it
fought.
back.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were,
Oh,
so
the
they
best out of
they were going to
three.
do a rubber match.
Right,
But
yeah.
she
someone
had
beat her, which was insane and blew up the world for like a couple weeks.
right, and then she lost.
And then she came
in
back
the rematch.
and then in the rematch, Amanda got her.
Well,
it was like first and second round.
No, I wasn't. I thought it was a unanimous decision again.
Was it? A
No, it was
decision?
I thought you
I
told me it
think-
was a win, like a legit.
I don't know.
like
I don't remember.
In round.
But-
I don't think. I'm pretty
No,
sure
it was not
Amanda
in
knocked her out.
No.
I'm pretty sure Amanda beat her.
No, it won within the round. Like not a decision. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a decision.
I'm not sure, but that girl had to pull out for injury. So this is somebody
Oh.
totally new that's fighting her.
so okay. Never know. Sleeper cell.
Another Mexican lady, who's wants to be another. So right now
the
they're
new Amanda.
So well, right now, Amanda. I don't think Amanda's Mexican.
She's
Brazilian.
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 Yeah, Brazilian. Yeah.
So right now there's a run. So the way she promotes it is that she wants to be another Mexican champion because right now in UFC there's an abundance of Mexican champions making their rise.
Brandon Moreno.
Brandon
right?
Moreno. The interim title for Volkanovski's.
Volkos has an interim. Oh, that's right. He gave up his title to fight Islam.
Well, he didn't give up his
Islam
title, but they
Makhachev.
made an
They
interim
made an
title.
interim title for
So
it,
they're
yeah.
gonna try and unify the belt now. Is why am I blanking today? What is his name? He's fantastic too. And Yair Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right.
With the
we
crazy
knew that.
kicks.
Yeah, we knew
He's
that.
an
We knew
amazing
that.
guy.
We knew
So
that.
that's gonna be a
Can't
great
wait for
fight.
that
When
fight,
Yair
yeah.
and Volk fight, that's gonna be amazing.
That's not coming up right now.
No,
Not yet.
that's next month, I think.
Yeah.
But
This upcoming pay-per-view is Nunez versus the other.
yeah, but
girl.
she wants to be. So there's like a run of. She's like it's a rise of the Mexican champions. It's funny how that works. It goes in like waves of different continents, apparently. Different countries.
Really cool.
Well, when one person of one nationality see, oh my goodness, that person did it, that inspires them and motivates them and pushes them to even further than what they're
Yeah, well,
normally
that was,
motivated to do. So.
New season of Tough Enough too.
Yeah, I
They're
haven't
always
watched
fun
an
to
episode
watch.
yet. I haven't watched the episode yet. It's on my list.
Oh no! He's thinking of Tough Enough, the WWE version.
No,
of
I
Ultimate
meant to
Fighter.
say not tough, not
Tough Enough, the Ultimate Fighter?
Ultimate Fighter.
Because
sorry.
Conor
Ultimate Fighter,
McGregor
yeah, that's right.
and
Sorry,
Michael
Ultimate
Chandler
Fighter.
are on it.
Yep. Conor
Yeah,
McGregor,
I
Michael
haven't watched an
Chandler.
episode yet. I plan on it. And then I
the
want to watch that
coaches.
American Gladiators documentary so bad too.
Oh, there's a documentary.
Oh
for
my
it?
God,
We were just
so
talking about
we're
it. 2
sitting
episodes
here-
ago, 3
They've
episodes
been
ago.
advertising
We're
it.
sitting here watching.
see it.
We were watching
The
UFC
free fights last week.
Fight Night. So the fights
Yeah.
were for free, which of course you know that if they're free, what are they going to do? They're going to blast you with advertisements.
Well, they got to pay for it somehow.
Yeah, because they're so hurting.
But it was the same advertising.
Anyways,
over and
yeah,
over.
they literally did the same ads every single ad break.
Yeah, it was.
Sometimes they did the same ad 2 times in a row. And there was this 30 for 30 advertisement for, it was all about American Gladiators. And Dave is sitting there the first time plays like, oh man, they're making a 30 for 30 about American Gladiators?
I'm gonna watch
I gotta
that."
watch it. They play it again. He's like, man, I'm really interested in that. I really want to watch it. And they're playing it again and he goes, yep, I want to watch it. Really want to watch it. By the time he gets to it, that goes up again. I was like, oh, Dave, you want to watch that? He goes, no, I don't want to watch it anymore.
I lost all
I
interest.
think I even at one point said to, like after it was all said and done, I said, I think there's a documentary about American Gladiators.
I heard a
might want
rumor.
to watch. But
Where they putting it?
it's on
ESPN.
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus.
But yeah, I'm super like. Apparently, it started already. It's like a documentary series. Maybe it's more than one. But
I mean, considering the fact that it's called 30 for 30, I'm assuming it means it's 30 episodes?
I don't think it's 30 episodes. The
Each
Bruce
of
Lee
them
one was
30
only
minutes
one.
long?
Oh, was it?
That's weird.
Yeah.
What's the name 30 for 30 coming?
I don't know. But
30 years, 30
somebody
contestants.
mentioned
Maybe.
it on. I was listening to the Rogan podcast today, and somebody mentioned that documentary, and I was like, to watch it because apparently I grew up. But so my morning routine in the summer, like, was wake up, put American Gladiators on. And I used to work out with these little like 8-pound dumbbells that American Gladiators was on. It got me into working out, like training on my own. I watch American
mentioned that, I
Gladiators.
remember, yeah.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
I love American Gladiators. I think
But
it's
then you come to
hilarious.
find out like how shady the whole practice was.
They were all
barely
on steroids.
not paid. They were not paid.
Yep.
They're paid like next to nothing. And
Just to get their bodies smashed and destroyed.
yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't that brutal.
Some of the clips that I was
Uh,
watching,
no,
that
it's- I mean,
documentary it looks pretty
the-
bad.
Really? I got to watch it.
Yeah, I got to see the documentary too because it like
I mean, there's a couple
some-
times where it throw
some of
down the,
the-
pyramid, stuff like that.
some of
was
the
tough.
gladiators wouldn't get out and like even talk about it. They would do multiple shows in one day and like underpaid. And I'm fascinated. I'm curious to see what it's all about.
I really thought that show had potential to do more, but it just died on the vine after a couple of years.
No,
How
it
long
did,
was
it did really well.
5 seasons?
They tried to bring it back though at some point, and
With
that
Hulk
didn't
Hogan.
go well.
It didn't go anywhere.
No,
I think he had
definitely
like a
didn't
half
go well.
a season. Yeah, it wasn't great, but I thought it was excellent. I love the fake names. I love the setups. I love it was like Ninja Warrior meets wrestling. Yeah, that's really what it was like.
Yeah, it definitely was. They did have cool names
Oh yeah,
like Tower and
Nitro,
and Turbo.
Yeah. Turbo. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is our generation.
And it was cool
I
because
know, yeah,
even it's very
Laser.
rare where you saw laser. Yep, it was very rare where you even saw like the women were in great shape.
Everybody was
Right? So the
yeah, but they
women
were all
Gladiator-
drugged up. Like
Whatever, they were in good shape.
Unfortunately, yeah.
they were all on steroids.
Yeah, but you're also talking about the 70s. I mean the 80s. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's back
It
when it was a
wasn't
little
a
less frowned
problem.
upon.
It wasn't like people didn't look down upon it. That it's part of what you're doing to be that way.
That was pre
Right.
USADA.
But I love American Gladiators. I have to watch that. I want to check
Yeah,
that out.
well,
We'll talk about it.
we should watch it together.
We could. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and then we'll just film commercials for Steve.
Done.
Film the
I'll
commercials.
just film
for-
commercials.
That's it. We'll save the commercials for you.
Yeah.
Fast forward the show, go right to the commercials. You love that.
Yeah.
Oh man. And we were
That was one of my shows. That was one of my shows growing up.
Yeah.
I loved American Gladiators, but that was there should be more shows like that. There's not. Ninja Warrior started back up again. Their new season
You
started.
got a lot of different
I love
versions
that.
of Ninja Warrior too now.
It's true.
There's so many different versions of it.
Well, no,
And
it's,
there's the juniors.
well, that's it.
the-
There's juniors and there's the regular competition, but they do every year.
like
They
specialty
do
ones. They have
every year
though.
they do the women's championship. They'll do a I forget what they call it.
Well, they have the celebrity run sometimes.
But they have like
They do. That's true.
they do an all-star event or like where it's specific events that those people compete in, just one obstacle, which is pretty neat too.
They had one I saw the other day.
Love Ninja Warrior.
Where one guy went, and within I think 10 or 15 seconds, another person was released to try to catch up to them. But it was a Ninja Warrior course. I'm not saying
That's
it was Ninja
interesting.
Warrior.
No, they were
but
doing
it
they
was
were
Ninja
doing
Warrior course.
yeah, Ninja Warrior does a runoff now in their new season, but no, they don't have like where one goes and the other goes.
No,
right
the one I
afterwards.
saw was straight up. That was what it was. Like so, the guy did because they always start with the uneven pedestals, right?
Not always, but sometimes.
Well, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
true.
They
not
change it up.
So
Yeah.
that's what it was. The guy's jumping back and forth. He gets to the end. He does the rope to go across. That was the first two setups. And then boom, they ring a bell, and another kid comes running in to try to surpass them.
Yeah, that might have been like I don't know, maybe a junior thing. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was cool.
What's crazy
liked
about that like show and like those guys are in such crazy shape.
The one
like,
I saw
they're-
most
they're
recent was like the kid was
straight.
15.
Just watching something.
Oh yeah, well they let
Oh.
him in. They let him in early now.
They
But,
did great.
Yeah.
oh yeah, the kids do amazing. But their muscle to weight ratio is like I mean
But they're kids, but they're like bigger than us already. They're big kids.
Well, yeah. But you also got to remember that the more weight that they have, the harder it would be for them to
Yeah.
hold on.
No, but like
grip strength.
Dave was saying, that
Well,
their,
kids-
their weight is almost all muscle at that age.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
no,
I was
absolutely.
reading
Body fat
a
percentage
thing
probably.
the
Yeah,
other day.
Nothing.
I read a thing the other day, and it's like the average male can't do a pull up. And I was like, what?
None? Not even like one?
Your average male generally can't do a pull up
Actually, I'm not.
or
too
10
surprised
real
by that.
push ups.
I'm not too surprised by that because I've witnessed that firsthand. Honestly,
And I'm like,
Mm.
wow, that's crazy.
I've
that-
never really tested. But are they including like people in their 60s and 70s?
No, no. It's just your average male American. I don't know if it's across the world. I don't
Yeah.
remember what the statistic was, but
Okay.
they can't do a pull up or 10 real push ups. Like
I
actual
wonder if
push-ups.
we took,
I can
if
believe
we took
that.
like an age range. You know what I mean? Like if we took, you're saying like when you say man, I'm
I know a
thinking-
lot of guys
I'm
that can't do
thinking
pull
above
ups.
the age of 23. Right?
No, I know a lot of guys in their 20s that can't do pull ups.
Not one. A pull up.
Like a
Yeah,
real
man.
pull up.
think about it. Out there in the
I'm
world,
not a pull up guy. But
No, yeah,
a
I totally
pull-up.
understand that, but I'm sure that you could still do a pull up.
No, I can.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. I would think that if
well, let's
they-
be
You,
honest.
you know
let's put it
how
this way.
many people walk in and can't do a push up?
Well, let's put it this way. Think about
But that-
the society that we're living in today,
Let's-
where the amount of people that actually get up and exercise and work out was on a decline.
Oh yeah.
it's easy.
So
Well, you
even
see-
kids in their 20s, even kids that are from my generation.
You know what's
I meet
interesting?
people all the time that can't do a regular basic push up.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting? You had that motivation of the 80s and the 90s of like the Stallones and the Schwarzeneggers where people were like, oh man, how do I get in shape? And everybody started going to the gym. And then you had a decline because it kind of like, I don't say dissipated, but you had so many different types of fitness that came into play. But now I agree with you, Steve. You're seeing all these guys in shape in the movies, but they're not in shape the same way they were.
No.
right? So people are understanding like, hey, that's like a quick in shape for a movie, but then literally 3 months after the movie, you're not in shape anymore.
They go right back.
And
Yeah.
it's not motivating
not their
the
fault.
next
It's
generation
an
to try to do
interesting.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where,
Because
like,
they're going
like
through these
Arnold stated all
dehydration
the time.
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but he was
it's-
also a bodybuilder, so that's what kind of coincided with it. No, exactly.
Stallone,
Yeah, there's Stallone too. Yeah, exactly.
It's
They were
interesting.
all about staying in shape. Like it wasn't just them doing it for the role. They
Yeah.
were doing it because it was a hobby of theirs.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee, Van
Well,
Damme,
what's,
Exactly.
you
what's
name them,
interesting
they
is
were always in shape.
at least
Mhm.
like they
Chuck
go back
Norris.
to like
Yep.
a Ninja Warrior. You go back to that, and these kids are seeing that, and they're like, okay, I want to do that.
Which I like that.
And that's those. A lot of those
That's
guys are in
starting
shape.
to be on the rise. Yeah.
But when you look at them and the general build, I mean, they're muscular, especially like.
But they're slim.
But some
fit,
of them don't look like
muscular at all. Yeah.
like Jessie LeBrecht, right? Who's
Okay.
like the all-time greatest woman's ninja, right?
a little
Mhm.
one, a little girl.
She's not little. She's tall. She's
Which one is the real? You know the one I'm talking about.
Jessie Graff,
Yeah.
who's the jacked one that's a stunt
Yeah.
woman, who was the first woman to hit a bell.
Wow.
But Jessie LeBrecht's far surpassed her. But if you look at the two of them, the first Jessie, who hit the bell the 1st time,
Mhm.
she's all cut up.
Mhm.
And the other one has like a college record. She was a crazy good athlete. She's the best Ninja Warrior female of all right now.
Nice.
Looks like she's in shape, but she does. You don't look at her and go, "Oh my god, that lady's a beast." But she's a beast. So it's like it always reminds me that fitness looks different.
Oh,
everybody
Looks different on
else.
anybody.
What do they say, right? You have to be careful, who you're competing with, because
Yeah, oh, yeah.
looks are deceiving without a doubt.
Yeah, I
No.
think, and like you were saying, the abundance of different training modalities too is sometimes crippling because you don't know what you want to train.
You get confused. That's why even with the stretching, pick one. Just do something.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you need to
something.
like.
That's probably what stopped me this whole time. Is all the paralysis
many.
analysis
There's
paralysis.
there's so many
that
different routines,
That
so many different.
I have a
Yeah.
good friend of mine, and I'm not going to go into the names. I don't want to get him upset because he's
Steve,
actually a great friend of mine. No,
Mhm.
Steve.
Yeah.
good.
Oh wait,
person.
great friend. It's not Steve.
That's not me.
Ah,
And-
burned.
I'm only a mediocre friend.
And huge fan of different styles of martial arts, and
Mhm, mhm.
but analyzes it. And for years is telling me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Never bit the bullet, never did martial arts, but knew a lot about it, but never participated. I said, you need to stop telling me about it and
Just
just
do it.
Do something. I said, I'll help you if you want, or you can go, where he didn't live in the area, you can go to somewhere near you and just try it out. Because you appreciate it. He genuinely appreciates the
Right.
martial arts. So I'm like, allow it to work for you too. So
Well, that was
sometimes
one
you
of the
just do
things.
it, guys.
That was one of the things I
The old
find
Nike phrase.
when you're younger. Like I had more free time when I was younger, obviously,
yeah.
because most kids have more free time.
Right.
So like you have time to do like, okay, I'm gonna work out and do martial arts and do this sport and do that sport. As you get older, you kind of gotta like narrow, like have a north star of what you're trying to accomplish. So like I've narrowed it down to running and martial arts. That's really so most of my workouts or routines has to benefit those two things.
Yep.
And we do the Spartan races,
Yeah.
but that's
Yep.
You train with a
that's-
purpose.
yeah.
but that's
That would
So,
probably
like-
be the only other type of style of training that I do outside of martial arts is just stuff for Spartan races.
but like I don't like the days of like I need to get jacked. I'm like it doesn't help what I want to accomplish. The bigger the size, usually your endurance takes a hit. Usually your mobility takes a
Flexibility.
There's
hit.
always a
Flexibility
give and
definitely
take.
takes a hit.
There's always a give and take.
100%.
You get so good at doing strength style things like picking up something and carrying it, dragging something, supporting something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get better at that style of things. But then, like you're just saying, your endurance goes down,
Yeah.
your flexibility goes down. So it all depends on what you want to be good
like
at.
old school weight training doesn't benefit so much the martial arts. Old
No,
school weight training.
not really.
Like,
Not,
if you're just
not
hitting
if
a
that's
bench
the
press or,
only
like-
if that's the only thing that you're doing. You're right.
Like
Absolutely.
I'm fascinated by like a lot of these fighters now do like the steel maces and the Indian
kettlebells
clubs
and
and the
stuff, yeah.
kettlebells,
Yep.
and that's more their strength training because
Yeah,
you
the
can do
hammer strike.
can do
the
all these
tire
different-
toss. Or
Yeah, the tire flips.
you get
Yep.
the rotational
Yeah.
movements, you get whole body, you get a lot more. That's like old school farmer strength. Those guys are
Yeah.
strong.
Oh, we were talking about this with my uncle-in-law on just like natural strength of like contractors and
Your
construction.
uncle-in-law?
Yeah.
I've never heard
Nicole's
that phrase.
uncle.
No, I know. I just never heard anybody use uncle-in-law
All right.
before.
Oh,
Anyways,
so we were talking about just
With
like
your uncle-in-law.
we were we were having our floors done back when I lived in the townhouse, and we were picking up some tile. And I'm in Staten Island. I'm picking it up now. Packets of tile is heavy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm picking up another one, and this gentleman, this Polish guy, really funny guy, comes in. He stacks like 4, no issues whatsoever. Just like, oh yeah, guys, we got it. And I just look at him, look at my uncle. He goes, raw strength, man. He doesn't work out. He just does this all
that's what it
day
is.
long.
It's a
for years.
constant.
Yep.
Doing it. My brother-in-law could pick up from years of like lifting wood.
Oh, I can't
You
imagine.
pick up like wood
Brother-in-law.
planks,
I've never heard this term before.
and he pinches it, and it just picks the plank up as he's going up a ladder. But just holding a board between your hand like that, your forearm and your grip strength.
Yeah, man.
Is just
It's got your grip strength's
crazy.
Next level. It's
Crazy.
gotta be good.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
So-
so funny.
start training on the farm is really what we're telling
Yeah.
you.
Get out there
Listen,
on the farm.
put your
there,
phone
start
down.
Throwing them hay bales.
I'm not gonna lie. I
around.
was looking at farmland the other day. I think I was telling you that, but I was.
You
looking
are
at
always
some.
looking at something.
I
Are
know,
we
I
gonna
like
put the
it.
podcast
You are
studio on
always looking at
farmland?
Well, I mean, within 2.5 hours, you can
Croc
get
acres.
That way my intro can be interrupted by the cows instead of a
Croc acres is the place to be.
There were some really awesome properties
Old
for
Vic
not
Croc
that
can
bad
have
of a
fun.
price, right? About 2
Croc
hours
acres.
out.
Let's
2
go.
hours out.
Oh, that's too far to drive, man.
Yeah, man,
Gotta
we
get
can't drive
closer.
there
Yeah,
for
but 2
podcasts
hours.
all the time.
2 hours out, you get 30 acres of property.
That's crazy. Now, what would we use this for? Is the question.
What wouldn't we use?
That's an even better question.
We make our own Spartan races, but we do Croc races.
You have to compete in Crocs.
Yep. Yes, that's a requirement.
Wow.
You have to bring your
We'll
own
have to
Crocs.
see how this goes.
Can you
when we try to
imagine
Spartan racing Crocs,
Hundreds
though.
of people
Right?
in Crocs
Mm.
kicking.
I mean, people would do it.
Mm.
Of course I would.
People would do it.
People
we
would
did.
do
we
it.
did like an event where you had to
The
show up in
biggest
Crocs.
challenge in the beginning is going to be getting, your insurance or licenses, clearing the land out for whatever you want to do, but or making paths.
No, this is
Croc
at your own
land.
risk. Sign the waiver. We're not insuring you.
Kicking.
We don't know
kicking
yet.
Crocs land. We make like our own theme park.
I'm just telling you. I've been looking at it. You have to look up. Literally, I'm looking up farmland. That's how. that's how I
Seven
know.
flags. Great Croc venture. We
we
just gotta up
Yeah,
the
you need that
flags,
7th flag.
right?
7 flags.
Well, they can't get
They
mad
got
at us.
6.
Yeah.
We got 7.
6.5. Half flag.
Right.
Flag at
Add
half.
The
one
old-
half flag.
I hated those people on The Price is Right where you're like 89 cents. Or like-
88 cents.
Right, or like they went like $42.
and 1 penny.
$42 and a penny.
And
You're
you
like,
see that one person looks right at him like, I hate you.
well,
You
when
know
they
what
do-
you're
they would
doing.
go
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
cent- yeah, they would do like $42, and the person was $42 and 1 cent, and you're like,
Ah, so
Come on.
blatant, you know you do.
There should almost be a requirement of like you need to be like $2 different.
no,
but you
because
can't.
I like that I like that animosity that developed. in
Oh,
that
yeah?
Price is Right where
Gets a lot of grudges.
Well,
grudges
Jeopardy
formed.
used to do that too. They would bet just the right amount to beat the top double bet at the end with the final.
yeah,
Jeopardy.
with Final Jeopardy, they would do the math real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be like $1,001, and so even if they lost, they'd still win by $1.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, that's-
I love it. It's smart. It's, super
It's smart. It's smart. The Price is Right was the go-to. Like I'm homesick. Price is
Yeah. I like Family Feud, but Family Feud, he couldn't control the money amounts. He just did what he did.
I like Family
That's
Feud.
true.
I love my favorite episode of Family Feud was they did UFC competitors versus,
That's right.
versus like I forget, was it boxers? I think it was
It
boxers.
was probably boxers,
And,
I assume.
Wonder Boy was on it.
Oh,
never
no.
got up.
Oh,
They
what?
never got to. He never got to do a
I thought
single
everybody
answer.
gets a turn.
No, they never got to.
Oh, they lost
They
that quick?
said like he
What about
advertised.
when he went
it.
up to the button?
No, he
No.
didn't get up to the button.
Because if
What-
you
why
win,
not?
if
I
you
don't
get
know.
enough
They
He
won
didn't-
that fast?
No, they lost that fast.
Oh, jeez. Wow, we got to find that. I didn't even know they
But
had
yeah,
that one.
he was advertised on his Instagram, and he even made a joke about it. Like he didn't get to nothing. He didn't do anything.
I'm sorry, Steve Harvey is still my favorite host.
Oh yeah, Steve Harvey's
He
good.
is hysterical on that show. He makes funny moments even funnier.
But that's the Wonder Boy was on there, and I was like, oh man.
Just got to stand there and smile, right?
Yeah, basically.
Be wonderful.
Yeah, that was a stretch, but we're gonna go with it. That was a
Sometimes-
stretch. Get it? Because you do stretches in the mornings.
See?
right?
That was my morning
You
stretch.
came
for the
full
day.
circle.
Do you do a nighttime stretch too?
Not
Right now.
consistently.
Let's go.
Morning, yes. Nighttime, no.
Morning, yes. You got to
Time has come.
Stretches. So morning, day, night.
Yeah. I'll
Ooh, that'd be
stretching
cool
all
if we
day.
did like
Nothing
a
wrong with it.
live stream like down the line if we do like a live stream, sort of like
Stretching with Nick.
go stretch along, yeah,
Stretching
with
or Crocs.
Nick. Yeah, stretching in Crocs
stretching with
Nick. Yeah.
Everyone has a Croc in my hand.
Yes. Okay. Now we do
Even distance between shoulders.
oh god, we have to come up with like yoga names, but all like the stretches have Croc in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Downward Croc.
Downward Croc.
That's it.
Happy baby. Did you guys know about that yoga stretch? There's one called the Happy Baby.
I've
Yes.
heard it. Actually,
Yeah.
heard
Oh
of
my
it,
god. Oh man, if we ever have Mike Shannon on the podcast
Croc
as a
cows.
guest.
Cow Crocs.
Yep. If we ever have Mike Shannon as a guest on the podcast, he has some funny yoga stories because his girlfriend Emma has dragged him to her yoga studio several times. So he has, he has some
yoga's
funny
great.
yoga stories.
It's
Yeah,
I
I'll have
took
to have
yoga-
him on to tell those stories.
I took yoga in college as my gym elective
Oh, cool.
because everybody wanted me to take, because you had to take a gym credit, right? So everybody wanted me to take martial arts because they had like a martial arts elective. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that. Can I sit? So I asked the guy if it's okay if I just sat in the class one day to see if I wanted to take it.
Okay.
So I sat in, and it took every fiber of my being not to get off the bench and correct what he was doing. So because
Naturally.
he was a guy that worked in financial aid who also just happened to teach the class. I guess he was a black belt in something. I don't
He
know.
had to have had some sort of experience for the school.
He
to
was
allow him
wearing
to
a
do
black
that.
belt.
Okay, so yeah,
but
he
as
has
we
to.
all know, that doesn't
You
always
could just
mean.
buy those on Amazon.
So he was doing an arm bar, but not. So he had pressure up on the shoulder joint. So he had
Okay.
wrist
Instead of the
control and
elbow
up on
joint.
the shoulder joint, and he's pushing on the guy's shoulder. And I'm thinking to myself, "There's
What?
no." I
Are
want
you
to be like,
massaging him right now?
I think
Like,
that's
what's
not going to
happening?
work if that guy starts resisting, like at all,
Yeah.
like at all.
None of that's gonna work.
So I was like, okay, thank you for your time. And then I took yoga. So and then I took yoga. So
Far more beneficial.
Wow.
and I was like, man, I'm pretty flexible. At the time, not now, but at the time, I was like, oh man, I'm pretty flexible. And then the first 2 minutes of yoga class, I was like, oh man, I'm not flexible at all. I can kick you in the head, but I ain't.
No,
Can't
Yoga
hold the stretch,
flexible.
though,
yeah, you want to learn how
Oh my
stiff you really
God.
are, or how lack of flexibility you have. Go to a yoga class. So yeah.
Yeah, well, can you find out like, okay, just because I can kick somebody's head, there's like 8 types of flexibility in the back that I just don't have.
My friend did. She did was it Bikram yoga, which is like hot yoga.
Hot
Basically.
yoga, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's better
Oh
for your muscles.
man,
Yeah.
that is wild.
They actually don't call it Bikram yoga anymore.
Oh yeah,
do
what
they
do they
call
call
it?
it now? Just hot
It's
yoga.
just hot yoga.
Yeah. But I believe the way she
I mean,
was
I can tell you
explaining-
why they don't call it Bikram yoga
Well,
anymore.
why? I mean,
Because there's a lot of allegations against Bikram himself.
oh god.
the- And
Oh.
it's his,
Style of yoga.
no, it was his flow, like, all
Mm.
through the, but you can't own it. Like, but he popularized it. But he's also kind of supposedly not a great person.
Oh,
So they've moved away
Understood.
from calling it Bikram now. So it's just
went back to
It's
hot
hot
yoga.
hot yoga.
That's
Okay.
fine. We still know what
Well,
it
at the
means.
time she did. We got it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's good, yeah.
And she said she swore by it.
Oh, it's
She was
great.
Like, oh,
Yep.
it's fantastic. I mean, the heat adds a whole different element of allowing your joints to.
Yeah,
to
I'm fascinated by like
stretch.
so like hot yoga. I've done once. I've done, like I said, I took yoga in the college elective. What was cool about that guy actually trained in India, so he came back, and so before finals we did a crystal bowl meditation, which was
Crystal bowl.
Okay,
Okay.
which was amazing.
Is that making the noise of the bowl?
Yeah, so you lay in corpse pose, which is just on your back.
Mhm.
You just lay like you're a corpse.
Yep,
Instead of
makes
corpse
sense.
pose. And you close your eyes and he plays these bowls. And you gear into the sound. And you go into like, you're not asleep, but you're not awake. It's like a weird in between.
Like
It was
dozing.
amazing. I actually have a 14-minute crystal ball meditation on my phone. I put my AirPods in and I play it. I'm just sitting. It's crazy. It's cool stuff.
Is that when Steve's trying to talk to you? Just
Yeah,
like, I
I
hear
try
you,
and block
hear
them
you.
out. But I also like DDP yoga. Diamond Dallas Page yoga.
It's unbelievable how it's caught on. And
Well, you know what he
he's
has?
all over it.
Well, you know what he does differently is he does
The diamond cutter?
Yes, that is in there. But he does dynamic tension. So like in
Okay.
regular yoga, you're supposed
Yeah,
to
you
kinda-
hold the position.
you hold the position, but you're kind of like relaxing in the movements. So he adds tension and then release. Like
Okay.
dynamic tension, like Bruce Lee used to do. Like so it's a little tweak on traditional yoga. And he does
Okay.
really well with it. So
That's interesting. That's a very common additive in the old Ishinru.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kata styles.
Yes.
The art of hard software. You add tension, then release.
Yep.
Tension, release. So
I mean, that's like a kata
that's
thing.
cool.
Pretty.
But I didn't know that he did that. In,
Oh, yeah.
But that's so.
But he also gives every pose its own, like, quote, manly name. So they're not like the same. It'd be like the same pose, but it's not the same name, which is pretty fascinating.
Yeah, but that reminds me of Eddie Bravo's made up names for his.
Oh my god!
His entire half guard style.
When you go in, when you're doing
hilarious.
10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, you have to speak their language.
Oh,
it's crazy.
And now it's not.
Nick and I have
initially it
gone to
was
2
kinda fun.
10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu seminars.
Great seminars.
And, wonderful seminars. But they're crazy. Oh, you got to go into zombie and you got to hit that, and you're like, you got to hit him in the truck. You got to get the truck.
Yeah.
You gotta get that. And you're like,
yeah.
Slow down. What are we doing?
That was the one time he caught me because I know the truck is not a unique phrase to him. They actually have that in some traditional grappling now
Yes.
too. But I had never done that maneuver before. So he's like, okay, so you're gonna transition from the truck and you're gonna put him in, you're gonna apply the wizard to stop
it was a lot.
and you're gonna roll him into half guard. And I'm like, I haven't gotten into the truck yet, they're not happy about that part of it. They're just
was heavy. It was heavy. That
like
one
it's an
seminar.
open seminar. You have to expect there's gonna be guys that don't know even your basic stuff.
It's true.
If you show it to me once,
It was a
I'll
good.
get
It was a good seminar.
It was
but
a very good seminar.
You definitely.
But we had to get past that.
You were definitely like overwhelmed
early-
at first. You were like, whoa,
I was.
whoa, break
Yeah.
that down.
It got me in the beginning, and then we had a great time. The one in Delaware was really good too. With Eddie wasn't at that one, but it was with one of his fighters. Can you remember back in the day?
I went to that one.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one I went with Brandon.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
brother-in-law to the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
I only did the one, but it was with his student, and it was good.
He was really good. Yeah, that was really good too.
Honestly, I've been to a couple seminars. Bill Superfoot Wallace was amazing.
I wish I went to that one.
Oh man, he's amazing. That's a good seminar. Talk about a good teacher and just like amazing kicker.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse is a
Mighty
wonderful
Mouse did a
seminar.
good seminar, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I missed that
Good
one too.
seminars.
That one was
next time.
good.
Hopefully, I can hit
Next
that
time,
Sunday
next
seminar. We'll
time.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones. There's some
yeah.
good ones.
It's a great way to get in front of styles and that you normally won't get to if you're in a fixed style or a fixed training.
Yeah, well,
it's a great way to get a taste of something
you
else.
just gotta keep an open mind and know that
Oh, yeah.
like there's a lot of information out there. I hate when people think like their way is the only way to do things. This is the way, and there's no other way. And like,
This is the way.
no, there's other ways.
What's even more amusing to me sometimes, like there's multiple ways to do the style you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget different styles.
That's why I
right.
just-
Like
What
even,
you're doing.
Even Gojo Ryu, I see so many variations of once you get beyond the basics. I think the basics stay the same. When you get to the more advanced, people start tweaking things
Well,
so often, which is
and-
fine.
And
by
it's
the
always
way.
interesting too when people are like, oh, the only strike yard that work is Muay Thai. And you're like, well, that's not true because look at people that are out there doing other things and they're successful with it.
Yeah, why is Muay Thai not dominating every fighting
Because
style?
you have, guys like Wonder
arena.
Boy out there, and they're doing. Israel Adesanya doesn't do straight up Muay Thai. There's
No.
tweaks of other things in it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
fun.
it's there.
It's what keeps it fun, in my opinion.
Exactly.
It does.
I always believe, like Master Paul used to say back in the day, all the time. It's not the style; it's the guy doing it, and I
yeah.
fully believe that. It's the
Yeah.
person doing it.
Well, that's why you can't get an equal result with the same. Every student has their own result.
Oh yeah,
Right? 'Cause you could
100%.
teach 10 students, and you're going to get 10 different outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, so
Everybody kind of does for their body type too.
yeah,
True.
That's why we even say, when parents come in and say, when should my kid have this level or be at that?
It's when your kid's ready.
We'll give
When
you
the
a
kid
general
gets it.
outline, but it's when they're
Ow.
ready. Yeah.
When your kid gets it.
How
And
come he
it's
doesn't
different.
kick as high as that kid? I don't know.
Because your kid his body's different. It's just how
Yeah.
it works, Well,
It's not always a negative
Is he
thing.
following Nick's stretching routine?
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
I would
Has
like
he
to know.
followed the stretching?
Has he done the
Crocs with
hula?
Sensei Nick.
Has he done the hula?
Has he done the hula?
Has he not done the hula? Then he's not
Well,
ready. yet.
we are about to hula our way on out of this podcast now. 'cause
How,
we're getting to
how
that
long has
time.
it been?
It's been about an hour.
No, it hasn't.
Really?
Shut your
50,
face.
57 minutes, 12 seconds, 57 minutes, 13, 14,
Wow.
15.
Well, continue to be safe out there because the breathing level within the Northeast is still pretty difficult.
Yeah, so everyone be careful.
Right.
out
And
there.
if any locusts start falling from the sky, just kick them.
Blame it on Dave.
With your Crocs
Blame it on
on.
Dave.
With your Crocs on.
With your
They
Crocs
are
on.
locust proof, so
The Crocs are locust proof. Yep.
Are
definitely.
they? Does Crocs have a
A
locust
seal of
stomper?
approval. Yeah, stopper.
Well, anyways,
Do
let's
they?
put this Croc into comfort mode. If you
Release
guys-
the Kraken.
Oh God! If you guys
Locust
have,
Farms coming soon.
oh my God, so
We're
many
doing
t-shirts.
that.
So many T-shirts.
We are-
Croc Farms.
No, we
Croc
totally
Farms.
are.
Croc
We
Farms.
have to have a full pirate wardrobe for this, though.
We do. We're gonna have to get some
Ooh.
costumes.
Oh
How
man,
about- what do we do about a boat? We don't have any friends with a boat.
we have Ian's little and Alex's little toy boat from D&D.
No, we do. We build one out of cardboard, right? We stand in it, but then when you zoom away, it's just a boat like in the pool.
Comment some ideas, guys. Comment some ideas for our pirate movie video ideas.
Should it
coming
be
out soon.
corny and funny,
Listen,
or should we try to
Nick's
make it
got a green
serious?
screen.
Oh, come on, corny and funny all day long.
Nick's got a green screen.
No, he does. It's true.
We
That's
could
all
be
I'm
in any
saying.
boat we want.
Anyways,
Done.
putting this Croc into comfort mode. If you guys have not already, make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Kickin in Crocs. KICKIN.in.At least let me get to the part where yes, that's right. Very good. Good job, guys. Subscribe on YouTube to watch the video.
So are we
version.
officially? Are we calling
What?
Are we going to call our fans the Crocketeers?
I don't know. And you know what? That's another thing you guys can comment. What should our fan base be called?
You know what we
We'll
didn't
put this
talk about
more-
last time
Yes.
that we were going to name him
Oh, yes. We have named him Croc
Logo with a
As in
K.
logo.
With a K.
With a K.
Don't give it away. Just say Croc
Logo
Logo.
with a K.
With a K.
Okay. I like it.
Subscribe on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast. And submit your own photos and videos of you guys doing kicks in your Crocs, and so that we can post
Oh,
We're
them.
still
we got-
trying to get the song
We
going.
got our first tag from a non-student though,
We did. It's
which
very
is
true.
pretty odd. Mike, I believe his name was.
I can look it up.
Look it up, and he was spectacular. So I know he's competing in martial arts tournaments, and definitely's got some tricking aspects in him.
Yeah,
Because
excellent
I
kick
saw
forms.
I saw a backside 9 in there. I saw a cheat 720.
Look good. Sharp.
Look good, look sharp.
In Crocs on
Dave wasn't even
pavers.
close.
So be
I
careful.
I wasn't
doing that.
close.
You weren't even close. His name is Malachi.
Malachi, let me see that. Did I get it wrong?
I am
Malachi, I
It's
did get it wrong.
Malachi.
He is Malachi. Well, shout out to Malachi. I was close.
And he's in Crocs on
He's
pavers.
in Crocs in sport
Look
mode.
real sharp.
Hitting cheat.
So, yeah,
backside
check
9s
out
and
our-
cheat 720s.
Check out our Instagram and go to our tagged section because we weren't able to repost it. Which I mean, we could find a way to do that. Anyways,
No.
go to our tagged section and then you'll see the video of Malachi doing some awesome
Malachi
kicking
looks
combinations
good. Keep
in
it up, buddy.
Crocs. So yeah, that's
your
all I got
own
for you
out
guys
there.
today. Yeah, give us your own. We want to post you guys. We want to support you guys. We want to promote you guys. All the other words that you would use in this situation. Anyways, I'm tired. I've been Steve.
Always Dave, and I love you from the bottom of our Crocs.
5-star reviews, please. And I'm still Nick.
And you stay kicking internet. I am going to go get a donut right now.
Shibuda!
Donut.